We're now at the subtraction with the differences of 1 or 2. We actually want our students to be able to know numbers that are 1 or 2 apart without having to count, just to be able to know and have that number sense of any number at all. So that they can recognize that when they're given that in a situation. So I do love quizzing your rods and being able to explore, first of all, that every number is one more, it's one unit more than the other, and be able to understand what is one more or one is two less, whichever way we want to be able to think about that. So just concretely being able to see that, or able to see cubes on, say, 10 frames, let's say, or any kind of visual way of discussing what is one more and what is one less. And then being able to have the students be able to see these abstractly, on number paths or on number lines, and being able to see that and discuss that any two numbers that are right next to each other, those are 1 apart, and any that are 2 apart from each other, it means that they're 2 apart. So if I were to ask 6 minus 4, it's just going to be that difference of a 2. So to be able to ask students, okay, if I have a 6, what's 2 more? Have them be able to figure out that it's an 8, or what's 2 less? Figure out that it's a 4, and be able to see that on a number line as well. And of course, this is within 10, but we also can show within 20, or you could even have it as you have a number line across your classroom talking about what is 1 less than 42, let's say. And particularly difficult would be, of course, those the decades. So what's 1 less than 40, to know that it goes into the 30s and it's 39. One fun game you can do also is to have students put a card on their forehead so they're not looking at it, and then their partner has to tell them 1 or 2 more or less. So if you had this on your forehead that I could see it, but you couldn't, I might say, well, 2 more than this number is 9. And then you get to figure out that, oh, that must be a 7. And then you can double check and get that instant feedback by looking at that card. So a lot of kind of fun ways you can do that. But that's the idea with the differences of 1 and 2, is just to know what it is without having to do any kind of counting on, counting back.